Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. I thought I'd explain the DR3000 Mortice lock replacement kit. So this is what it is when you get it in the box, and basically it comes with everything you need. It comes with your cylinder, your handles and your mortise lock. What we do is we take a lock which we've suited our product for and we convert it so that everything is in the box ready to go. We could do it on various different platforms, like various different locks, like this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. We could do it on all those platforms, but just haven't had the time. And the time so far has been proving the concept, designing the concept, and bringing it to market and testing it and getting it all perfect. So we've done that with the one brand of lock to start off with. Now, we've gone through a lot of prototypes to get here, and just to give you an idea, each plate tells a story, multiple plates. That's just some of them. We've got another box full of them, different plates, different spacing, printed ones, adjusted ones. Okay, so been through quite a lot in the past 3 years. So about 3 to 4 years ago, I decided to come up with a solution for this. And that's basically what this is. In that time, we've done a lot of things getting the design right and making sure it's all going to be perfect and working. Oop, we're done. For the last 2 to 3 years, during that process, we've got a product that works perfectly, does exactly what it should be doing. So I'll just quickly show you what's involved. So we get a lock like this. One of the things we would like to do, and this is the point of the video, one of the things we would like to do is we would like to see it on a broader scale, so that way more people can benefit from it, not having to buy it in a kit form. If it was done on a scale of just the parts, you would simply be buying a couple of plates like that and a couple of handle lock plates like this. That's what we would like to do, but because of quality control and problems and things, we haven't been able to sell it like that. We want it to be tested 100% before it goes out the door. If we sold it the other way, people would start using different locks and then it might not work properly. So that's why we decided, no, we'll sell it as a kit. That way it's a tried and tested package. It can just be installed. All right, so what is this package? How does it work? Let's go over it. So this is a Gainsborough 3400 mortise lock. Any locksmith would kind of be wary of this or know this lock. It's not one of our favorites. And the configuration is different. You've got the handle at the top, you've got the cylinder down the bottom. The cylinder takes different cams to all normal locks, and the handles, yeah, they're not great either. So pretty much nothing we can use from this existing problem. We can't use any of it. So we've got to come up with a new solution. Now, when these are breaking, you can't just go out and buy them because they're discontinued many years back, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So that means you can't just buy this lock and replace it. So that's that easy replacement method off the cards. So I'll leave that out. So what we do is we come up with a lock like this, a standard Australian standard mortise lock, which is tried and tested, made out of stainless steel, has a fire rating, and then we take this good lock here and we adapt it to suit the position of this. What does that mean? That means that it goes, instead of this being in the door, we put this in the door. So as you can see, the body length is a little bit longer. A lot of the time you don't have to modify too much, but sometimes you might have to modify 10 mil off the back. The actual height of the lock is slightly larger, so this will go into the door no troubles. As you look on the side here, you can see that there is a difference in size. That's where those plates come in that I just showed you. That's where these plates come in here. We have plates that suit exactly, using the standard screw hole patterns and then converting over to the standard screw hole patterns for the new mortise lock. The cylinder retaining pins and all that, they all fit perfectly. So basically, you can take this lock out the door, slide this one in and attach a screw, attach a cylinder and attach a faceplate, and the door's done. Now there are some modifications that do need to be done to the door. Let me quickly show you them. This is what I call the template. You line this up to the center of the bolt, which is this part right here. Okay, you measure the bolt, you line that up to the edge of the door, and you can roughly see where you actually need to elongate the holes, making sure you've got your top and bottom handle hole, and away you go. That's unavoidable, because one has a cylinder at the bottom, one has a cylinder at the top. That's the correct way to look at it. Cylinder bottom, cylinder top. Alright, so this is just Gainsborough doing some funny design of mortise lock and then discontinuing it, so this is the best solution. And what it looks like is, right now, I'll show you on camera what it looks like. Right, so that's the end result. Nice, tidy on the door, looks like a standard lock, is a standard lock, using the proper lock. Everything can be retrofitted afterwards. You want a new handle, no troubles. You want a new cylinder, no troubles. Everything matches. So it's just back to a standard Australian sort of footprint, easy to work on, mortise lock. So we can put that one aside. So yeah, that's basically what the kit comes with. It comes with all the plates, dress plates on the front and the back. That just helps put a little bit more meat over this area, which has been slightly modified, because you do have to modify a little bit of the door. But basically, where those holes are not exactly right on the door, and a little bit more meat was taken off than if you had installed it as a fresh install, you put these plates over and it covers everything up, so meaning that there's as much fire rating and covering and protection and thickness of the door possible. After that, we give you a couple of little extra screws so that you can set the thickness of the door, because the handles, they come with 2 screws, sometimes they're not enough, so we throw in another couple of them extra. And then we put it all together and we put it in a nice box with some with a cylinder, with a cam of your selection in there. I'll show you what that is. That's a cylinder, comes with the X-cam standard, so that is just key retract. So when you put your key in, it'll pull the latch back, and you go back, and the handle remains solid. It's got some other cams in there as well. If you wish to configure it differently, that's completely up to you. So that's a cylinder, and then you have the levers. So this is just one brand we've chosen to do this lock with. Okay, you have to back that screw off, and then you can configure it how you want, but basically lever handle. This is one lock you can configure it with. We've only done it with this one lock currently for testing until we get everything approved and checked off. And in about May next year, we're actually going to be selling this. So the reason we're selling it is because for us as a small company, we cannot produce in bulk, which means that it costs us more to produce and the locksmiths don't get it cheaper. So, you know, it's more expensive because it's smaller run, it's all done, it's all hand filed and fixed up and all these things, which is adding to the expense. One of the things I did see online, which was kind of interesting, was somebody used a door wrap plate like this. They use a door wrap plate and then they get their door like this, okay, and they wrap it around the plate and then they mount the new lock into the plate, which has a cutout and all the rest, which actually looked quite neat. To be fair, it looked quite neat. Now that is a viable option of doing it, but there are a few different downsides to it, where the kit still, in my opinion, is better. Now, to start off with, if you do use a door plate, you've got to have this door plate, and you've got to have the right door plate to suit the right door. We have door thicknesses from 35, 38, 40, 42, 45, 50, so you've got to have these plates. So whether or not you have this plate on hand, or you have to go back and reorder it and go back a few days later to the job, that's what you're going to be dealing with if you're dealing with a door plate. The next issue is it adds a lot more meat to the door. It's okay if you're doing like a parking lot door or a basement door or an exit door. More meat might be a desirable look, but it does add meat to the door. The next factor to consider as well, which is one of the parts of the patent that we did on this one, was latch centering. So what I mean by that is that when the original lock was in position and you have your striker plate, our kit is designed to get that square right in the middle. As we're with this one here, when you apply a wrap around the door, you're going to add a couple of millimeters. What that means is you've got a millimeter on front, millimeter on back. We could probably even measure it to see what we're talking about. On this wrap, talking about 1.3. So you're talking 2.6 millimeters of wrap around the door. One side's not important, it'll mainly be the touching side. So you're talking about 1.3, 1.5 millimeters of difference of where your latch will be locking in. A lot of the time mortise locks are fitted, they're fitted quite accurately. So if you've got 1 or 2 mil of movement, you might get away with it. If you don't, you might actually have to adjust your striker plate or carve out your striker plate to suit. The next thing is as well, if you're doing this on a door with an electric strike, a lot of the time they don't have that much play, and if your latch is putting pressure on this electric strike, your electric strike is not going to release. So if you're doing this for a foyer door, for example, the electric strike might not release if it's got more pressure on the actual latch itself. So that's why a door wrap can work, but you might fall into that problem of that little bit extra meat being a problem. And if you do have that problem and you're working with an electric strike, you need to buy a preloaded electric strike, which is way, way more expensive. Okay, the next problem with the plate that I found is that you actually have to mortise in the edge of this door. So if I take that off, I would have to carve in this section here and take it down maybe 2.5 millimeters, which is somewhat time consuming. When you're comparing it to a lock that you can just put into the cavity, and just screw it in, the same as you do any other lock. Screw it in with the lock body, like so, and then put your faceplate on and attach it with the 2 faceplate screws. The reason we did it that way is because that's the standard for all Mortice locks. It hides the installation screws, which are at the top and the bottom, and prevents them from coming out. It also helps with the retaining pins as well. It's basically just the standard. Everybody knows a Mortice lock who works on locks. You take the faceplate off, you deal with what's underneath. You can rotate your latches or the rest. It's just what works and the standard of what we're all used to. So getting back to the door wrap, yeah, it is an option if you're willing to order them and have them on hand. If you have 3 or 4 of these in your van, they're going to be taking up quite a bit of room. So the alternative to that is this kit. And what you would need to carry in your car is, once again, you're carrying already your Mortice lock with some handles as a kit. If you wanted to make it convertible to a Gainsborough 3400, you would only need four plates basically, and a set of instructions. So that's a lot smaller than having to carry around a whole kit. So if you're in the middle of the night and you're doing a swap over, it's not a problem. If you're doing a mechanical lockout and you need to swap one to the other, it's not a problem, you can do it. If you've got the time to order a wraparound plate and the customer's happy with that extra wraparound plate and it's not getting in the way of your latch, then by all means that's another option. But for the plate, the labour, you're going to be working out probably around about the same. You know, as far as fitting, I think you're going to be working out a little bit longer to install that plate than it would be if you just had those plates. Put 2 plates on this, and these 2 plates just go under the handles. So installing them is not hard. You just put them under the handles, put your handle straight over the top, and you're done. So that's the difference between the two. You can also go along and you've got a big huge hole here. You could also putty it all up as well, but that's also not an advisable option. So a plate, you can use it. I'm not saying anything wrong with that, but I do see the plates as being a quicker, more viable, low cost, quicker retrofitting solution for this problem. So now we get into the engineering and all the rest. So the plates and everything, it's all been engineered. The parts, the alignments, the lock, all that sort of stuff, all line up, all work perfectly and are reliable. We've done 3 years of testing, so we've had these on people's doors for the last 3 years and haven't had a trouble since. We've sold quite a few of these to a number of door repair people who are facing this problem and are looking for a retrofit solution, because the lock already comes from us with the larger plates already to go. Right, so that's just like fitting a normal lock in the door, and the screw configurations are using the original Gainsborough screw configuration, which is the top and the bottom one there. So you're not drilling any more holes or losing material or having strip screws or smaller screws and bigger holes or anything like that. That's all taken care of. Leaving basically the hardest part is just to adjust your cylinders, and it does come with a template, by the way. You just put it over the door, cut these out, put it over there, mark what you want, gouge it out, and you're good to go. Even if you do any other method, you're still going to have to do it that way as well. So moving one to the other, that's non-negotiable. The reason we're selling it is because if you could purchase these 2 parts, or these 4 parts, it just makes it so much easier to have it in the van, and then you could actually take a Mortice lock out of your van, grab the parts just like you would a 001 packer, put it all together, and you're done and dusted. And that would be a low cost expense to have in your van compared with having a whole complete kit setup. And the only way we can do it at the moment is in whole complete kit setup, so that way we're not selling, or they're not being adapted to a lock that's going to fail or anything. It's all been tested. We know that goes with that exactly, and it works perfectly. And just while we're in the testing stage of the first couple of years, that's what we decided to do. But because we're not a manufacturing company, we decided not to. We can continue on doing this, quite happy to, but the thing is, we're not manufacturing. We don't have the big machines to do this, so it's not cost effective, which means the price is always going to be higher, which is not a good thing for the product. So we're happy to sell it on. If anyone's interested, leave it down below. And the kits are still available on our lock shop. There's a fair few Mortice locks that this could be used with. The Door Macabre, I'm pretty sure that's the same as the Lockton, so that'll probably be a straight replacement. Same with the Carber one. The Lockwood would be slightly different, but you know, once again, you're talking standard Mortice lock. That's what the IP rights also cover, standard Mortice lock. So no matter which lock you use it with, if it's a standard Mortice lock where the cylinder's at the top and that's down the bottom, and it's a 60mm back set, that's what we call a standard Mortice lock. Yeah, puttying the door is not a viable option. That was the third option I wanted to cover. The reason being is because a lot of these doors are fire doors, which these are fitted to. And when you get the putty, it has to be fire rated putty, and then also over time with the door banging, it can crack. You can be left with not a nice repair job, and a door lock that doesn't have the strength or integrity as well. As compared with the system we go for, basically the only difference is just a little bit of a gap on the top and the bottom. Everything else is filled, and even the difference in the holes, that's filled by the plates, and the handles go over the top of it. Now a lot of these locks have like the handle at the top and the cylinder down the bottom, so having this stainless steel 2mm plate and then putting that nice big solid handle over the top gives you a lot more meat, a lot more protection than what they had on the door originally. So a lot thicker, a lot stronger, and also universal. If you break this handle, you can just go get any standard Mortice lock handle and swap the handles out. They're all kind of compatible. So if I went Leggy, Lockton, Lockwood, Dormer and I got their front and back handle, I could just put that on and it wouldn't be a problem. You can also get variations of these handles as well. So you can get ones with solid fixed handles. We did one of them for a parking lot, I think in Brisbane, which had a fixed D handle here. And you can get ones with no handle. If you didn't want a handle on the outside, you just turn the key and push the door. All different variations. But that, I just wanted to run over it because, yeah, it is coming up for sale, and probably about 4 months or so. We're not asking a lot. It's not like one of those things you get rich off, but the thing is, I prefer to sell it off for a few $1,000s rather than produce it at the cost that we produce it at slowly and not allow people to have access to it, because if you don't have access to it, then if it's too expensive, it's not really worth it for people. Then you go to any other option rather than paying all that money. And this, in my opinion, is the cheaper and quicker option for especially locksmiths with low space. They don't want to go reordering variant and different parts. That's the main problem I see with the door wrap, is you've got to get the door thickness right, and you've got to get your striker plate right, and you have to carve it in, and you also have to have them on hand. If you're at a remote place and you've got to order and it's going to take you 3-4 days to get that plate, you can't really get the job done. As with this kit, you can pull it out of your car, pull the plates out of your car, and away you go. You can walk away in probably under half an hour for a good locksmith, and the whole kit's fitted. So that's the Gainsborough 3400 update. Pretty much it. Leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.